It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 26th of August. I'm Michael Groff. We begin this week with very dry conditions across the southwestern United States, especially here in Phoenix. Temperatures, they're pretty hot, close to 110 today and tomorrow. But then the moisture does start to come back into the region, and so do those rain chances for tomorrow night, Wednesday, maybe into Thursday. Now, as for the Labor Day holiday weekend, we all want to know about that. Certainly some questions as to what will go on, but at this point, it looks like it will be fairly dry for us in Phoenix. We'll iron all of that out as we dive on in and discuss. First, here's that almanac from yesterday. 108 degrees the afternoon high, 86 the morning low, 105 and 83 are the averages for this time of year. Outside now here at 12:05 p.m., sunny sky, 100 degrees at Sky Harbor. But look at that dew point down at 43. So it's very dry. Actually, the dew points were in the 30s yesterday afternoon. So we don't see that very often here in the month of August. Relative humidity 14%, a light wind, the barometer falling. Upper level weather pattern across the nation shows you why it's just so darn dry here across the Southwest. Remember that trough that was sitting along the Pacific Northwest coast late last week and over the weekend? That's now pushing east through the Intermountain West, well north of Arizona, headed toward the northern plain states. The flow aloft here is westerly. Our monsoon ridge is far away, and so all that moisture has been pushed east of us. Now, there might be a stray storm over far southeast Arizona today, but as that trough lifts out to the northern plain states, that will allow ridging to start to build back in. The flow aloft switches back out of the south and southeast. All right, the watch warning map. Obviously we've got heat advisories and excessive heat warnings for the central and northern plain states, the western Great Lakes, places like Des Moines, Omaha, Minneapolis, St. Paul, La Crosse, Eau Claire, Milwaukee, Chicago. It's sizzling hot today. Air temperatures will be up in the 90s, but with dew points as high as they are, we could see heat index values easily 100 to 105 degrees plus in some of those areas. And obviously we still have the tropical storm warnings for the Hawaiian Islands, at least the waters surrounding the Hawaiian Islands in association with Tropical Storm Hone. As that continues to move away, though, those warnings will be allowed to expire. Now, with that heat and humidity over the northern plain states, you know what that usually means this time of year. There's also a risk of severe storms, that enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5 for places like Mitchell and Pierre, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Rochester, Redwood Falls, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, and into parts of Wisconsin. The broader severe weather risk over much of the central northern plains and western and central Great Lakes, as well as parts of the Northeast. Now in Arizona, southeastern portion of the state, yes, in the green, thunderstorms possible. We do not anticipate any organized severe weather down there. We'll probably hardly see any storms at all down there, at least today. The tropics in the Atlantic Basin, today is the 26th of August. It's hard to believe, but it is just quiet as a mouse out there in the Atlantic Basin, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing to worry about right now. I'm sure this will change, but boy, oh boy, it has been, we had Beryl, which was a Cat 5 storm early in the season. We had Ernesto. We've had some storms, but it has been quiet. And probably will remain so for a while here. Now, in the Pacific, a little bit of a different story. There's actually 3 storms on the board out here. All right, we've got Hone, we've got Gilma, and we've got Hector. Hector, we're not really going to worry about too much. Gilma is a hurricane, and then there is Hone. Let's start with Hone. Okay, this storm is moving away from the Hawaiian Islands. Should weaken. Not really going to be a threat to anyone else. Gilma is a hurricane, but there is a trough well off to the west of this system that's going to deflect it slightly north. This should weaken and should generally not be a threat to the Hawaiian Islands, generally speaking. Now, we will watch this carefully, though. It could take a more southerly trek. Some of our models do indicate that, but we'll see what happens. All right, here is the precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, not much if we see anything at all. And really only rain to be found across the state in an organized fashion will be across east central and southeast Arizona. And even there, rain amounts generally under 1/2 inch. Now, of course, any one spot can see more than that during the monsoon season, as you well know. But this represents an average of what we'll see. That said, we may see some showers and storms here in south central Arizona, including Phoenix tomorrow night, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's talk about that in more detail now. To do that, we explore the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right. Big ridge across the central and eastern part of the country, nosing well and up into the Great Lakes and eastern Canada. And that's the reason for the heat over the central and northern plain states. But a trough is coming out of the Rockies and heading toward the plain states, and that's lifting away from us. That's good news because ultimately that should help to bring the moisture back in here with ridging building back in. But for today, what it means down at the surface for the rest of the afternoon, sunny, hot, highs 106 to 110. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight lows generally in the 70s to low 80s. Again, humidity should stay low today and tonight. But tomorrow, mostly sunny sky. Widely scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms will develop over east central and southeast Arizona as the flow aloft will gradually start to switch back out of the south and southeast, and so some monsoon moisture will return. But in our part of the state, the air is so dry, it's just going to take quite a bit of time for the atmosphere to get juiced up once again. So I think really we're going to stay dry through the day tomorrow. We could see some afternoon clouds, though. And highs will still be anywhere from 105 to 109. It's conceivable we could hit 110 again, but either way, it's going to be another hot day with temperatures above average. Now, as we go into tomorrow night and the early morning hours on Wednesday, the moisture continues to increase and with southeasterly flow. And once the axis of deeper moisture gets into south central Arizona, especially if there's a big thunderstorm complex tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, or if we get an MCV or some sort of gravity wave that pushes in here, it is conceivable, it is possible that we may get some showers and storms that develop in the overnight hours, Tuesday night, early morning Wednesday here in Phoenix. Now, again, any storms that develop would be isolated to widely scattered in nature. This would not be a big widespread rain event, but we will watch for that tomorrow night into early Wednesday. Otherwise, the day on Wednesday looks partly sunny, more humid, with widely scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. Now, if we have storms around in the morning, that may preclude us from getting any in the afternoon or evening hours. But this looks like the best chance we'll have for storms during the period. And also because of the clouds and higher humidity, this looks like the quote-unquote coolest day that we'll have during the forecast period too, with high temperatures down to around 100 to 104. All right, after that, going to Thursday, again, widely scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms will be with us. I'd say the chance of rain in Phoenix on Thursday is not great. It's probably about 10%, but we'll keep it in the forecast. But moisture thereafter, this is where things get a little murky in the forecast. Yes, the GFS is going to hold on to some moisture across the state for Friday. So again, widely scattered afternoon and evening mountain storms, but they should stay away from us here in south central Arizona. Is the chance of rain in Phoenix absolutely zero? No, but we're not going to mention it in the forecast. And that's going to be the story for the Labor Day weekend. Technically, mathematically speaking, the chance of rain isn't zero, but I'd say it's around 5% here in Phoenix for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And actually, the GFS has a slightly better rain prospect here for us as we go to Sunday across the state. But I still don't think we're going to get any real decent chances of storms in here for this Labor Day holiday weekend. All right, now as we go to Monday, this is a week from today, Monday, the 2nd of September. Yes, we are now into meteorological fall. High pressure is in control across the west, but not in a great position to bring monsoon moisture in here. So we look to stay relatively dry, unfortunately. Temperatures won't be completely out of control, though, but I'd say highs through the entire Labor Day holiday weekend will be somewhere between about 103 to 108. And then going out 10 days, this is Wednesday, the 4th of September. And again, not a great setup for monsoon activity here. We've seen some model runs that develop a stronger ridge just to the east or just north of the state. This one, more of a disorganized ridging pattern out here across the west with multiple high centers. So we'll have to see where those set up. I would say isolated storms possible over the mountains, but for us, I think we're going to stay dry through the period. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. yeah, this is going to go out through the 9th of September. This doesn't look great. I mean, the ensemble mean is about 1/4 of an inch. European ensemble, if you thought that didn't look good, well, this barely anything at all. And unfortunately, the European ensemble has really been kind of the click to pick this summer, this monsoon season. So looks like we're going to stay relatively dry. Again, Tuesday night, Wednesday, maybe Thursday are only real meaningful chances of rain through this period. Temperatures off the national blend of models hot today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is the coolest day of the period. We're forecasting officially 104. The national blend of models 105, whatever. Close to average. And then after that, highs anywhere from 106 to 110. And, the threat of us breaking that all-time record for the most 110-degree days that goes all the way back to last year, yeah, that record still very much in jeopardy because there's no sign of any major cool downs coming our way anytime soon. And, of course, you wouldn't expect that because we're only in late August and early September. You want to cool down, you're going to have to wait till sometime in October. Usually about mid-October is when the heat starts to break. And certainly by Halloween. So, hey, 2 months to go, folks. All right. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. Or you can, or you can make those monetary contributions to us. Click the thanks icon below the video. Groff Show. gmail.com. That's my PayPal address if you want to donate that way, groffshow@gmail.com. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her videos. Check out everything that's Michelle related. It is linked up down in the description. All right. Yes, and our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. That is there as well, so give that a listen. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Monday.